Yo, what is up, everybody? How are we doing? How are we doing? Let me just pull up the X page. All right. How are we doing? Make sure the chat's there. All right. Here we go. Make sure we're live on Pump and make sure we're live on YouTube, and then we'll be golden boys. Okay. Looks like we are. Yeah, looks like we are live on Pump. Let me check YouTube real quick. Boom. Okay, we're live on YouTube also. Perfect. All right, y'all. I'm kind of phasing in the background right now, but it's okay. It's all good. Let me make sure I have everything set up. Perfect. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. It's if you're watching on X, first of all, if you're watching on X, repost, comment, whatever, share this with somebody. It doesn't hurt you guys. It doesn't cost you guys anything, and it just helps improve upon this content, helps grow our user base, right? So it is. What are they live? It shows they're live, but yeah, hang on. Why does it say that on X? But yeah, doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt, y'all, to do a little repost. Okay, we're live. Good, just making sure. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. If you guys are new to the page and you don't know who we are Clip It. We are your AI-powered content engine where you can create production-ready cut caption clips from long-form content. So you can take a YouTube video, you can take a video from X, a video from Google Drive, Twitch. You can upload that directly into our platform, and then from there you're able to get these clips that you can, post right on your socials. Another cool thing, you can think of us kind of like Opus, but the thing about that is we don't have an extractive pricing model. Once we get there, we're in free beta right now where you can get credits to essentially use our platform for free. So that's kind of what we're doing and kind of what we're building here. And we're in the hackathon and we're building this thing out along with the users to kind of give them a clipping tool that works and is tailored to them. The cool thing is we have an agent called Clip It it's called Clippy within Clip It that will allow you to have over 20 different tools it can access, create you thumbnails, B-roll, create you social media copies, a bunch of cool stuff that we're adding in there as well. So, like we have an agent as well. Think of it maybe even like an OpenClaw as well. That same sort of experience. So that is kind of who we are and what we're doing. But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get right into it. I have already kind of grabbed a video straight from, let me go up here. This is better. Straight from YouTube. So I went to this one right here by MKBHD told Netflix don't bother. And I copied this link and pasted it directly in our platform. You guys can see that is it right there. I can now do quick clips with AI, and this is your prompt window. So this is where you'll be able to prompt your video, prompt how you want it, prompt what you're looking for, what kind of clips you want. You'll be able to prompt all of that. Bear with me. I'm trying to make sure we're okay. Good. Boom. So yeah, that is essentially kind of how you can get started. Just grab a video from anywhere you see. If the link's not supported, it will send us a log saying that we need to support that essentially. But I'm going to go 60 seconds, 16:9, TikTok viral. I'm going to go viral hooks, but I'm not going to do TikTok. I'm just saying viral hooks, right? And then I'm going to generate the clips. From here, this is where Clippy, our agent within the editor, is going to take the transcript, score it. It's going to it's going to match it up with the videos. It's going to cut it up and get you clips that will be captioned. And you can change the aspect ratios, the colors of the text, all of that. One thing we're also doing, which is on the roadmap, is Remotion. So if you guys don't know what Remotion is, it's a really cool, you can essentially create motion graphics through code. And that also works for captions as well. So we're integrating that this week. it's getting worked on this week, and we're testing it. It's not rolled out for everybody yet. I've tested it like once, but essentially that's kind of what we're working towards, is getting that integrated. And once that's in there, it'll be really cool, because then Clippy will have full access to that as well. Be able to create you guys some motion graphics and high quality, captions. So that's gonna be fun. All right. Let's get this started. And we'll post this, and we'll kind of work more in the editor. I'll probably have to, once this goes through, I'm gonna hide my screen at some point so that I can re-up on clip, because you can see I'm pretty low. Pretty low. If you guys need access to this platform, or wondering, you're someone who has credits and doesn't know where to get them, you can do it in a couple ways. You can reach out to us on X. You can find we have a referral system where you can reach out to somebody that is already on the platform, and they'll have a code for you. And from there, that's kind of the best way to do it, because then you get credits for signing up through their link, and then they also get credits. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. And then we have a leaderboard, which I will show you here in a second, where you will then be able to essentially be rewarded for onboarding people that you choose to. So really fun. And we'll just kind of wait for this to show up here and get done exporting. All right. Now we wait. I think this video is like an hour and 15, I want to say, minutes long. Yeah, hour and 35, actually. So a little bit on the longer end. I wonder, I should have enough clip. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. We should be golden there. How are we doing? How are we feeling about the product? I'm super stoked. In terms of all right. So while that's going through, there we go. Clips processed. You guys can see here there's 15 clips that it's found, and they've been ranked. They have been essentially they've been ranked. There's a title, there's a summary, right? So you can look through these, and you can click through them and choose the ones you want. You'll see these will start to process here in a second, and from there they'll have a thumbnail already associated with it, and there'll also be some of the cool stuff here. I'll show you guys in a second. So, but we'll ask Clippy for some fun stuff in this video. We'll try and get some B-roll going once I top up some of my balance. And we will be golden. All right, so we have 15. It's kind of fun to just grab a random video and throw this stuff in. I've even done it for some of my own, which has been fun. Because don't know too, starting to put out more videos on YouTube that are kind of just like what we're building, how we got there, how we can improve on the platform, type stuff like that. So look out for that. It's just Clip It Dev is our YouTube, and all of our stuff is Clip It Dev essentially. And that way you guys can kind of get more background on us. You can see more videos and products and demos and stuff that we're doing. So yeah, it will be a good one. trying to really get the content game up for you guys, so you guys kind of know, because these live streams are, most of the time it's me going through and, all right, some clips already there. Most of the time it's me just going through and walking you guys through, right? So if you have somebody that's new to the platform or just onboarded or doesn't know where to go, this is definitely a good resource for them to come just jump in and see. It's just, yeah, it's a good resource for these new people that are having trouble with stuff. You can also just come in the chat and we can try and jam with some stuff and see what the problems are. Here we go. Let's look at this.
Fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict of
that's
interest?
a good question. Yeah.
Because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How do you handle like conflicts of interest?
You cannot buy my opinion. You cannot buy my labs team's analysis. What you can buy is airspace for what is clearly, separately, obviously your talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone draws their line.
Oh, okay. I've had this bug before that is kind of an interesting one, where it kind of does like a timeout thing. But here, let's do a little refresh real quick. All right. Well, we'll try it again. Interesting bug. Let's see if we get the same ones. We should have I think though, we should already have the clips already in here. Yeah, the clip's already here. So it looks like it's an issue. Well, yeah, I got to figure that out. It's a bug that I'm keep stumbling across that seems that only happens to me, it feels like. This is the right one, I think. Yeah.
Fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict of
that's a
interest?
good question. Yeah.
Because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How?
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I can already kind of see. I'm going to go here, extend it this way, and then we'll have it retry there. So it's going to make a new clip just by clicking on the transcript. That's going to be it'll be a fun one to check out. But while we're waiting, we'll look at some of the other ones.
I think it's important to every creator.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think it's super true. Basically, an octopus, for those who don't know, has 8 arms. And every creator, whether they know it or not, is doing a bunch of different jobs in one. Yes, you are trying to make a living by making videos or whatever that is, but that also means you're doing a lot of optimization in your writing process and a lot of creative shooting. And then you're also the editor. And then you're also the content strategy person.
It's true.
Who takes the edits and like decides how to package them. And then that means you're doing the thumbnails and titles and still graphics. And before you know it, you've got 8 arms, you're doing a whole bunch of different stuff. And each arm gets a fraction of your attention. The goal for a creator is to like chop off one of the arms and hand it to someone who can spend 100% of their time and intensity and intelligence on that thing. And no matter how good you think you are at that, you're going to be surprised at how much better
I'm going to extend it here. And I'm also going to extend it. Where'd it go? This first 16 works for me. Okay. Here we go. This will be cool. This will add some more context to that clip. And we'll go back and look at this one now.
What's the biggest sponsorship deal you've said no to because it may have been a conflict of interest?
Sponsorship I said no to. I think there's the amount of Dubai conferences I get invited to now to like go on stage and talk about crypto, where they're like, here's 7 figures. Want to come to Qatar and talk about this? No, I don't want to. So I say no. I'm sure they would be fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict of
interest?
That's
a good question. Yeah.
Because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How do you handle like conflicts of interest?
You cannot buy my opinion. You cannot buy my labs team's analysis. What you can buy is airspace for what is clearly, separately, obviously your talking points.
Everyone draws their line in the sand in a different place. I will not accept money to do any review. Like the reviews that I choose to do are always whatever I want to do. The product gets sent, of course. I do all my own testing, and then that is independently published. And they get mad sometimes, by the way. They're like, can you tell us if you have any issues with it before you publish your review? Can you just like run it by us? No.
I'm going to extend it here. There we go. All right. This one I'm going to export or look at.
I think it's important to every creator.
My favorite. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think it's super true. Basically, an octopus, for those who don't know, has 8 arms.
Is it? There it is.
I think it's important to every
It's my
creator.
favorite.
Okay. I'm going to refresh that real quick because it should be a new clip.
I think it's important to every
It's my
creator.
What? This one get extended? Okay, so don't know why this one is. Where is it? How many people are? I should start at how many people are working. Okay. All right. Let me extend it there. Perfect. I think you should be good now. This one I'm gonna export. Or I guess I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna top this up with some credits real quick. Here we go. Credits and paste. Okay, make sure I'm not sharing that. Okay, and let's refresh this and add this back. Boom. So now I can actually make like B-roll and stuff. Select video, load. There we go. All right, so
Just to break it down, how many people right now work for you for MKBHD?
I believe it is 18, but that's including my mom, who does all the finance stuff behind the scenes, and me. So it's probably 16 work for me, like actively on.
So this one is called what? The Octopus. At the Octopus. I need some B-roll over in 16 by 9 format. That actually, what am I doing? I'm gonna do add. I just got this new tool. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna work because I'm recording audio. Might ruin stuff. So I think I'll just leave it. I got this new text to speech tool that I've been using, but I just realized like I'm using a mic right now too. I need some B-roll for this clip. I need it in 16 by 9 to match the video. Plan it out and then tell me the best fit for position as well as creative asset. I'm going to say assets. Okay. So I'm going to mute this real quick. Okay. So what I'm doing now is, now that we have that clip, I'm going to try and get some B-roll for it. So I'm asking it simply just to match the format of the video 16:9, plan out a good B-roll for it, and then ultimately apply that to the clip. Haven't done that in a little bit, so we'll try that out. Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. So now you can see here, these are different sub agents that's spinning up, and it's delegating it to the different models that are, to where they can get the B-roll, or they can plan out what the B-roll is going to look like. They can apply it to the video. They can figure out where the video is going to go. So that's kind of what's happening here. And it's something you can definitely have full creative control of, or you can push it in a you can have full creative control of it, or you can then just have it automatically do it for you as well. So that's another cool part about our platform, is this agent can go two ways. You can tell it to go towards one direction, or you can tell it to go this direction. And you can have it go its own direction, or you can tell it to choose the direction that you push it to the direction you want. So that's the cool part about the platform, is you can have the full creative control, or you can have the agent do most of the work for you. Just depends on your level of balancing that out and how much you want to have your own touch on it, or how much you care about the AI doing most of it. So we're working on, that's working. I'm going to look at this clip.
What's the biggest sponsorship deal you've said no to because it may have been a conflict of interest?
Sponsorship time I said no to. I think there's the amount of Dubai conferences I get invited to now to go on stage and talk about crypto, where they're like, here's 7 figures, want to come to Qatar and talk about this? No, I don't want to. So I say no. I'm sure they would be fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict of
interest?
That's
a good question. Yeah.
Because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How do you handle conflicts of interest?
You cannot buy my opinion. You cannot buy my labs team's analysis. What you can buy is airspace for what is clearly, separately, obviously your talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone draws their line in the sand in a different place. I will not accept money to do any review. The reviews that I choose to do are always whatever I want to do. The product gets sent, of course. I do all my own testing, and then that is independently published. And they get mad sometimes, by the way. They're like, can you tell us if you have any issues with it before you publish your review? Can you just run it by us? No, it's my video. And then, conflict of interest. So
let's see. I'll wait for this to finish, but I think there should have been a little bit more in there in terms of where I extended it, but I'll double check and make sure that, that's the end of the clip. But I can simply do that by just toggling to the transcript. All right. So we have B-roll going that we have now prompted, and I'm curious to see what direction it goes with this. And then we have this clip that we're adjusting. Oh, here we go. So real quick, I'm going to look at this. Here we go. Let's extend it there. And we'll go back to this one and then go back to the chat window. Okay. So here is what it is planned. So I've analyzed your clip. Let me provide a comprehensive B-roll plan. So 16:9, here's the best placement positions. 45 seconds in, right when he talks about an octopus 8 arms, perfect visual metaphor opportunity. During creator is doing a bunch of different jobs to show the multitasking chaos. When he says chop off one of the arms and hand it to someone, powerful visual delegation. The octopus metaphor. Well, I think they cut something in there themselves. Concept B, the split screen showing 8 different creator tasks happening simultaneously: editing, timeline, thumbnail design, analytics, dashboard, script writing, fast-paced modern UI mockups, 6 to 10 seconds, relatable, slightly overwhelming, then resolving. Concept C, an arm being handed off to another person who excels at that task, could use abstract shapes or literal hand imagery. So I'm gonna tell them here in the parent video they cut away to their own graphic of an octopus. Oh, no, that's not OC. Where is it? So I think that might not work. The other ones you planned, whoops, aren't my favorite. All right, so we'll see what it does there. And we'll watch this clip while it's doing that.
What's the biggest sponsorship deal you've said no to because it may have been a conflict of interest?
Sponsorship I said no to. I think there's the amount of Dubai conferences I get invited to now to like go on stage and talk about crypto, where they're like, here's 7 figures. Want to come to Qatar and talk about this? No, I don't want to. So I say no. I'm sure they would be fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict of
interest?
interest?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How do you handle like conflicts of interest?
You cannot buy my opinion. You cannot buy my labs team's analysis. What you can buy is airspace for what is clearly, separately, obviously your talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone draws their line in the sand in a different place. I will not accept money to do any review. Like the reviews that I choose to do are always whatever I want to do. The product gets sent, of course. I do all my own testing, and then that is independently published. And they get mad sometimes, by the way. They're like, can you tell?
Dude, I'm gonna write this out real quick. We have made 15 clips already. Some of them are still loading, which could be a bug because I have so many clips. But we've made 15 clips already. We're actively editing one with the transcript. We are then also talking to an agent that is then making B-roll for one of the clips we have already made. So we are doing all of this as one person for one video. If you guys don't realize how crazy that stuff is, going from 15 clips to editing one clip to adding in something to another clip, back to editing another clip, and having 15 ready to go. Like, this is the future of where content is going and the future of how these tools should operate, how these tools should empower you as a creator. So I want you guys to realize this stuff is really important when it comes to getting the most out of your content and getting the most out of whatever you're clipping, right? So use this tool, use it in multiple different ways as like a co-work section, essentially. Like have you jump between different clips, edit different clips while you're, have an agent making you B-roll or planning out your content. Like it's a huge deal that this is a tool that enables you to do all these different tasks at once with one person. Like if you're a business or a brand or a creator and you have media or you have content, or maybe you're a business or a brand that doesn't have the finances or doesn't have the skills to do a full media team, right? This becomes your full media team, from B-roll to planning, to when we add in publishing, to creating B-roll. Like all of that is under this umbrella of our platform. And I just think it's just a game changer for how content is going to be made in the future. And especially once we get stuff in like Remotion and stuff, and Remotion and publishing, that's when this thing becomes like a giant just content engine that you guys will be able to use on a day-to-day basis. So I want you guys to realize how big of a deal this is and how this can change your content for good. Just had to say that while all this stuff was going on. It just hit me. Look at that. So now we're planning B-roll again.
Tell us if you have any issues with it before you publish your review. Can you just like run it by us? No, it's my video. And then, conflict of interest. So then there's like just categories I'm not interested in. It's not even a conflict of interest. It's just a lack of interest. And I don't know if there's any other like specifically defined ones, but it's kind of just just keeping it clean, I guess.
Boom. All right. So that's our clip there. So then I'm going to go to export. You cannot buy my opinion, preview and export. And then we're going to fine tune this just a little bit. Of course, this is so how this is set up. This is, and I'm not a technical wizard, but Nick is. But essentially, this is called FMJPEG or something like that. I don't know, but essentially, it just kind of like burns words into the videos. And we're moving away from that and going into Remotion. So the stuff you're seeing here, like it kind of doing this like bounce stuff. That's what Remotion will allow you to do. So right now, it's just kind of like the words are in there. But this will be much more accurate in terms of the bouncing and how animations are once Remotion is integrated. So that is coming very, 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 very soon. So be excited for that because I'm excited for it. But right now, it's just like standard text captions, really. But that's changing because we're improving on a week-to-week basis. We're tweaking things that need to be adjusted. We're adding in new things that need to be adjusted. It's a blast, and I'm excited for the future of this product and where we're going and how we're improving it. And then I'm going to show this clip real quick for you guys so you guys can see it while we're waiting on the B-roll. Okay, I'm gonna remove it. All right, whoops, I didn't share the audio. Hold up. All right, and here is our clip.
What's the biggest sponsorship deal you said no to because it may have been a conflict of interest?
Sponsorship time I said no to. I think there's the amount of Dubai conferences I get invited to now to like go on stage and talk about crypto, where they're like, here's 7 figures. Want to come to Qatar and talk about this? No, I don't want to. So I say no. I'm sure they would be fine, but I'm just not interested.
What defines a conflict of interest for you? Like what is a conflict?
Oh, that's
of
a good
interest?
question. Yeah,
because I interviewed Linus Tech Tips. A lot of your content is reviewing products from brands, but then you also take sponsorships from brands.
Absolutely.
How do you handle like conflicts of interest?
You cannot buy my opinion. You cannot buy my labs team's analysis. What you can buy is airspace for what is clearly, separately, obviously your talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone draws their line in the sand in a different place. I will not accept money to do any review. Like the reviews that I choose to do are always whatever I want to do. The product gets sent, of course. I do all my own testing, and then that is independently published. And they get mad sometimes, by the way. They're like, can you tell us if you have any issues with it before you publish your review? Can you just like run it by us? No, it's my video. And then, yeah, conflict of interest. So then there's like just categories I'm not interested in. It's not even a conflict of interest. It's just a lack of interest. And yeah, I don't know if there's any other like specifically defined ones, but it's kind of just keeping it clean, I guess.
Boom, we got a clip. So now let me stop screen and I have now, it looks like our B-roll plan has come through. So let me add this to stage and go back up here. All right. So now that we've had that clip that we're about to have posted already, here we go. The 8 jobs creator desk around it. Okay, so what is the plan? Okay, creator at a desk surrounded by floating task, editing, thumbnail strategy, writing, shooting, graphics, packaging, analytics. Single image animated video, technology, futuristic, digital, aesthetic, 8 seconds, 16:9, 30 seconds in the clip. Audio, no. There's the cost. Behind the scenes, selective inbox. Let's do option A and make sure it's not a still image, but the B-roll play, but the video playing with the audio in the background. All right. All right, so we're gonna send that. I just clarified. I said make sure it's not the still image because I've had some trouble with it being still images, and I saw that it said single image to animated video. So I want to make sure that it knows that I want the actual B-roll and not a still image. So that is something I'm just prompting in there right away because I'm not sure if it's going to. I've had trouble in the past, essentially, where it just gives me a still image. So now we'll see how that kind of processes. All right. So now that we have B-roll going, we can look at some of the other clips, I guess. Why not? What is this one?
Your launch video explaining it or a review, it's very hard to like change like people's like minds about what they heard in that video.
It again goes into like what you don't say is just as important as what you do say.
I had a chance to interview Casey Neistat, and he went off about you and just said this quote that really stuck with me. I just wanted to play this clip from my interview with Casey.
I think Marquez will go down in history as the greatest YouTuber in the history of the platform. He absolutely crushed. No one is looking to the New York Times for the iPhone 16 review. No one is looking at what the Wall Street Journal is saying because he's so good and was so far out in front that now it is emulated across the board. Marquez has defined a genre.
Appreciate that, Casey.
What does it feel to hear that? And also
Notice how it's a clip. He's presenting the clip. Clips are that important, man. I'm telling you. Short form content.
so see your work emulated across the board. I thought that was a part of the quote that was interesting because I've just seen so many different facets of your work, Marquez. Like I pulled a lot of visuals from your formats to your thumbnails to your different.
This is kind of, I like, okay. Look at that. Thumbnails, formats, orbit shot. Yeah, he does put a lot of work into his videos, as he should.
Grober, he came on our show, talked about how he has a Netflix show, all the things he's doing for that. Darman, like all these creators are having a moment, and streamers are trying to pick up more YouTubers. Like, have you been approached?
I have not been, but don't bother. I wouldn't. I'm not interested. I kind of maybe have this also maybe naive view of the creator landscape, which is that they need you. Like they need the eyeballs, and the only way to reach these people who are just watching YouTube is to be on YouTube. They're trying to bring the YouTuber to their platform to hopefully take some of the eyeballs with them, but we're having a really good time here making videos that we really like, and going to make a show on Netflix would not accomplish anything like that we can't do here. For some of those people, of course, they have goals of like to, boost your profile online and to leverage your way into other opportunities, and that's.
Oh, that's cool. All right, let's see what this one is.
You know what else got me about that video, Marquez? In the beginning of it, you say to the camera, "This is not AI."
We would have to shrink way down, but with a little help, I'm up for that challenge. And by the way, no generative AI is being used to create this video. Yeah.
Which I thought, as one of the world's biggest tech creators, you saying this is not AI and the need to almost defend it, like, why did you feel the need to do that?
That line was a last second add to the script, but as we were writing that video, in the back of my head, I was like, I think a lot of people will just assume it's AI generated. And that discounts hundreds of hours of work that goes into making this exactly what it is. So we decided to add that line near the beginning of the video just to settle people in for like, because one of my favorite things is like watching a video and realizing how much work went into it.
Yeah.
I would like people to watch that video and appreciate how much work actually went into it. So that was, I think.
That's cool. But at the same time, I would be curious in terms of how much did it cost to do that, right? How much did it cost for him to make that without AI versus how much it costs to make it with AI? You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it's a huge difference in terms of pricing. Because like, yeah, if you have the money, sure, and you want to show the hard work they want to do it, totally get that, right? But you can also get like the same output for like a fraction of the cost, which if you're someone who's maybe not on his level in terms of, you know, having the finances to do that, being able to use AI for those things, like just like the stuff that we're doing, being able to use the AI to make B-roll for you, like I get it, but at the same time, like the cost is just so, it's just like, it's insane. But so it looks like the B-roll, let's see, we're on step 4. Let's see how long this takes. I'm very curious on how long this could go for. Right. Let's do it. So we're generating the B-roll, which takes a little bit longer just because it has to grab the B-roll, cut the B-roll, throw the B-roll up. If you guys don't know, this is actually a good talking point. We have a YouTube channel where we posted essentially our first YouTube video, which is kind of just like a insight and background on how we even started, right? Kind of more of a backstory, and there's also a demo in there as well. We also have a short that's doing the same thing there as well. So check that out. This is our channel, Clip It Dev, right here. You can check us out, Clip It Dev. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested too. I'll put some more content out there as well on the topic of YouTube. So yeah, so now we just wait. We wait, ladies and gentlemen, for our beautiful B-roll to be integrated into the platform and for it to add to the clip, and then we'll post it. Oh, even closer. So now we'll see what it's doing here. So we've already made, in 40 minutes, we've made 15 clips. We've adjusted, we've cut a clip like 4 times. Oh, here we go. So it says the B-rolls are completed and applied. All right, so 8 jobs. So let's go back to that. So it applied it. It says it should have already applied it. I'm going to check this out real quick. Okay, hold up. That's the wrong video. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Just to break it down, how many people right now work for you for MKBHD?
I believe it is 18, but that's including my mom, who does all the finance stuff behind the scenes, and me. So it's probably 16 work for me, like actively on creative.
Do you see a world where you want to expand beyond that? Do you want to stay where you're at? Or like, because I mean, I find a lot of creators go into creation, but they end up becoming managers, and that's really hard.
It is really hard, which is why Harper is a manager.
Yeah.
It's just super useful.
Yeah. Who's your
Harper is a producer. Yeah, exactly. Which is, I didn't realize I needed it until she started doing that job, and I was like, oh, that's what we needed.
Yeah. What is the octopus metaphor? You talk about that a lot. And I think it's important to every creator.
My favorite. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think it's super true. Basically, an octopus, for those who don't know, has 8 arms. And every creator, whether they know it or not, is doing a bunch of different jobs in one. Yes, you are trying to make a living by making
pipeline. Oh, I want you to just do it. Wait, hold up. I thought it already. That you said you already applied it to the clip. Let me see. I'm gonna go add B-roll. Oh, it didn't. Okay. I guess it didn't. All right. Here we go. Let's see now. I thought it was already generated. Maybe I read that wrong, but I could have swore it was already generated. Well, it's yeah, it should have already been generated. Maybe not. Maybe not. It could have been wrong. Ooh. All right. Let us cook, chat. Let us cook. Let us cook. All right. So now I'm assuming this will be applied. Could have swore it was already applied. Maybe it already created it. Yeah, looks like it created it on the back end, or at least a plan, and now it's applying it. It looks like. Good to know. All right. Well, we're already at 90%, so that's good. All right. Oh, 92. 92. All right, let's see. All right. Now we're just waiting. Just waiting for a little bit, and we should be golden. All right, if you guys are just tuning in, we have already made 15 clips. We have generated B-roll. We have generated, we're generating B-roll right now. We've already downloaded a clip. This is the second one we're working on. What? I thought I already applied it. Okay, well, here's the B-roll. Whose arm is that? I mean, kind of cool. Yes, apply the full video, the full B-roll video at the correct timestamp. All right. All right. So you guys can see there, we generated some B-roll that is going to add into the clip. Right. So we're generating some B-roll that it added in. We have already exported a clip and made a clip, and now we're just working on this B-roll to get that to go into the clip. So we've done all this in an hour. So if you're, like I said, if you're a brand, content creator, business, and you have to make 15 clips and some have to have some special B-roll in it, this tool allows you to do all of that, right? And right now it's free. It's in beta, and we're essentially, onboarding people and having them test it out and provide feedback, and essentially learn the product and grow with us as we grow. And like I said, we have cool stuff coming. Remotion's getting built out this week. We're going to start working on getting some of the publishing stuff, publishing tools integrated as well. So there'll be a bunch of updates for that. So stay tuned. As soon as that Remotion stuff is integrated, that is going to be a big, All right, so let's see. I'm going to refresh this, and we're going to look at that clip. So it says it happens 30 seconds in the clip.
Just to break it down, how many people right now work for you?
Here's I'm just going to do this. Wait, this is a bug, but it's one of the only ways I can right now kind of scrub through. Here we go. It says 30 seconds in. So it's still doing a still image. So good to know.
Just to break it down, how many people right now work for you for MKBHD?
Let's see.
I believe it is 18, but that's including my mom, who does all the finance stuff behind the scenes, and me. So it's probably 16 work for me, like actively on creative.
Do you see a world where you want to expand beyond that? Do you want to stay where you're at, or like what? Like, because I mean, I find a lot of creators go into creation, but they end up becoming managers, and that's
Yeah.
really hard.
It is really hard, which is why Harper is a manager.
Yeah.
It's just super useful.
Yeah. Who's your
Harper's a
So yeah, it looks like it's still doing the still image and not the actual generated clip. So I'm going to tell it that. I'm just going to ask why it's happening. But it should. It for some reason it only
producer. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Which
amazing.
is I didn't realize I needed it until she started doing that job, and I was like, oh, that's what we needed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask it because why not? But it's something that we are going to improve. We are going to improve it. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. I want to see what it says here, and then yeah, then we'll talk about some more stuff. All right. So let's see what it says. So just so you guys are kind of on track and on our radar and what we're doing, the main thing taking up a lot of our time right now is remotion testing, remotion, the remotion integration and testing. So that's taking up a lot of our time right now. And as soon as that is done, integrated, and it's working, and we can verify everything's getting, exported correctly, from there, we're going to start moving on to the little nuanced stuff that you guys, the little nuanced stuff that needs to be improved. Because I essentially, I'll break it down. I did a full audit of the platform. I went through as a user and just kind of broke down what I was seeing, what was working, what's not working, what needs to be improved, what needs to be adjusted. So I have a giant list that we're going to tackle as well. But the main thing we want to do is we want to try and get this remotion stuff down and integrated so that the captions are, improving, and they're what you guys want to see. And it's going to be like night and day when it comes to adding in the motion captions. There's also a lot of stuff for motion graphics, right? So a lot of cool, fun stuff with the motion stuff, but also too, it's a big work. It's a big job. It's a big hassle to also put that in because we've built it one way and now we're trying to add something in something was already laid down, just like pipes. We built pipes and now essentially we're building over the pipes and making sure the pipes that are still on the ground are working, and then making sure we can test and integrate these as well, and that they're working. So that's how it's working so far. But then from there, we're only going to get better, right? So stay tuned, stay with us. You guys know the roadmap is on our page for you guys to look at, so you guys can come follow along with us in terms of following along. Okay, so it looks like it's going to say it's doing this, but I'm going to double check. 30 seconds in. No, it's still the still shot, but it's okay. It's all about building in public, right? So let's look at our leaderboard. So if you guys don't know how to use this is our leaderboard. We have a referral system where people can refer other users and get rewarded for that, right? And the way that you'll be able to do that is you just go to profile, referrals, take this right here, have that person sign up if they already haven't, and that will essentially prompt them where they'll get 500 credits to start. You will get 250 once they make a clip. So that's integrated. That's in our platform. Yeah. So it's a really fun way to, it's a really fun way for you guys both to earn credits at the same time. So that is the leaderboard, but that is pretty much all I have for you guys. Just kind of wanted to break down what we're working towards, some of the updates on here, and how we were essentially what we've been working on. And just know that we're working hard to get your motion integrated so that you guys can have just an upgraded experience in terms of your guys' captions. And then from there, we have an audit list that we're going to go through and check off things that we need to hit, some of the bigger stuff, some of the smaller stuff. So that's happening as well. But it's, we're up to 236 users. So it's really cool, really fun to see the growth that we've had with you guys. And we want to continue to keep growing and building with you guys and making this the best possible product we can. Because if you guys don't know, I'm 22 years old and I quit everything to build this product out. And I truly believe in this product and the market for it and the approach we're taking to it. So yeah, it is, it's a journey. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna keep building this thing out and, just gonna keep chipping away at it. But with that being said, it's another beautiful day of building in public with y'all. Another beautiful day of showing you guys what Clipit can do. If you guys need any questions or help or stumbled across our platform, thanks for checking us out. You can, find us on X. We have a page there where you can reach out on our DMs and we'll onboard you or get you some credits or whatever you need. DMs are always open to our community, new members or old members. Doesn't matter. Or current members is a better word to say. So yeah, reach out if you need any questions or any help or have any feedback or ideas. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and work on making this product the best possible product I can for you guys. So I'm going to end it here. I'll be live tomorrow as well. We do it every day at the same time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, live on X, Pumped Out Fun, and YouTube, building in the Pumped Out Fun Hackathon. If you are in the hackathon and you're watching this and you want to see yourself you want to see some clips, reach out. We'd love to get some clips for you guys. We'd love to showcase the best and brightest builders in the hackathon. So that being said, it's Jordan. It's another great day of building in public, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.